Hi, this is Osman. I'm an energy healer, yoga and meditation teacher, and an entrepreneur. Be sure to visit my website yogawellness786.com for a list of all my services as well as more resources and contact information, as well as regularly updated on an almost daily basis discussions on current trending challenges that people feel are facing today, from a modern combination of a modern latest science discoveries as well as the ancient sciences, and arts perspective, right? Which will be very helpful for you. And also, I do energy healing and offer lifestyle, positive lifestyle, changes and natural based remedies and methods to enhance and improve your life and health. But this is not a replacement for medical treatment. If you have a medical condition, be sure to visit a qualified and a licensed medical professional in your locality. Okay, so I'd like to discuss my positive experience with selenium, the miracle of selenium, right? So I was in my home country at that time in South Africa, and having discussions with a very close friend of mine at that time. He was still is a pharmacist, and we used to engage in very exciting and interesting discussions. And usually the discussions take a bit of time, and there was a visitor that came in from the US, was visiting all pharmacies, and he was recommending the supplement selenium, and told the pharmacist to recommend it to all his patrons, because he had such a massive positive result from selenium, that he even is an American citizen and was his mission was to visit as many countries and as many places as possible, to and radio stations and talk shows, to speak about the positive influence that and the positive results he had from just a single supplement called selenium. So he is a sufferer of HIV. He's HIV positive, and he also relapsed into, I think, AIDS. Where it starts getting serious, and you get serious illnesses, and people don't recover from it. And he started to consume selenium supplement and completely recovered. It had the effect of tremendously boosting his immune system, right? So, and so much so that I think there was a period of 19 years he was AIDS free, right? Living 90, and he even had taken a photo of himself together with the president of the time, when he did take the photo and show it to us, with Bill Clinton, right? And having met him personally and him discussing this personally, we felt the impact of it. And because I had a history of diabetes, I suffered from neuropathy, in the early stages of my diabetes suffering. And I, of course, tried to follow all the doctor's prescriptions and had my medications and following the lifestyle habits and so forth. But I decided to try selenium and see how it can improve my neuropathy. And I decided to consume it for 6 months. 6 months later, my neuropathy was very mild at that time, because I'm suffering. Then I had another attack of neuropathy another 10 years later, right? So this is the first time when I experienced in a very mild way. And after consuming the selenium, and the only difference was in my adding the selenium on a daily basis, and recommended dose is 50 micro units, right, a day. And it's very difficult to get that low level. Normally they are either 100 or 200 units, and it's one of the cheapest supplements that you will find in any pharmacy, because people don't know about its powerful effects. Once they get to know about it, the price will dramatically increase, right? So you can get like a bottle of about 100 tablets, maybe 100 micro units but you only need 50 micro units per day, right? So I consumed, that 50 micro units a day for 6 months, and my neuropathy completely recovered, right? That mild form neuropathy that was there got completely reversed. And a second incident was when, unfortunately, we had a sad incident in the family, and my younger brother passed away, at the age of 39, and he lived and took, together with my mom, all his life. And he was married with a minor child of 6 years old when he passed away. And when that happened, my mother took it very deeply, because my mother was, of course, attached, was with him all his life, and they living together. And my mother um, contracted a mild stroke. Was a teacher. She's still, fortunately, and may God keep her healthy and alive for long, and increase her years. She's still alive. She's will be 80 years old this year. But that time she was in her 60s, and she contracted a mild stroke. And was a teacher. She could not write. Her hand just dropped. Her right hand. She had a stroke on the right side, a mild stroke. She couldn't use the chalkboard to write, and it was threatening her job. Because she's a teacher, she needs to be able to write on the board, right? And she cannot use her arm. So I recommended her to try the selenium. But before doing that, of course, we went to the doctor, right? And we took the treatment and advice from the doctor, and whatever he recommended. And in addition to that, I got her to include selenium. And in a few days, she started to feel better. And she, till today, which is over 10, 15 years later, I think, right? Between 10 to 15 years later, she still hasn't had a problem or contracted a stroke. Still very healthy, right? And this is the power and magic of selenium that I experienced in my personal life, and recommend to you to consider this as a supplement in your diet. Thank you very much for listening to all my videos, and be sure to visit my website, yogawellness786.com, and take care.